The room is packed wall to wall with people, props, and musical instruments as the Palm Beach Opera gears up for rehearsal.
Maestro, it's yours.
This time, they're getting ready for the opening of Carmen.
Carmen, we need you on the other side, please.
In the title role, Rinat Shaham, who's played Carmen in more than 30 productions around the world. Scott Guzlick, Director of Artistic Operations, does all the casting.
Rinat Shaham, who's singing our Carmen, was a dream. A lot of casting, I travel across the country to hear singers, hear auditions, and then a lot, believe it or not, happens on YouTube. The power of the internet now is great.
He chose Leonardo Capalbo to play Don Jose, Carmen's obsessed lover.
Don Jose is intoxicated by Carmen, and she really is this drug. She's a powerful, powerful drug, and the effect that she has upon him is obviously huge.
Leonardo's performed in many operas before, but this is his first crack at Carmen with its earthy sensuality and graphic violence.
I feel all those things. I put myself in those positions. I feel the rage. I feel the desire, the need to do this.
Just by playing one of the leads, Leonardo is also cast as a role model to less experienced singers, like members of the Palm Beach Opera's Young Artist program, gifted singers from across the country here for a 5-month apprenticeship, honing their craft.
Is that enough?
Yeah. Appearing at events like Opera at the Waterfront, and of course performing in big productions like Carmen. In the chorus and among the dancers, local residents who auditioned and won their spots and are now faced with the challenge of getting it just right. Every detail meticulously ordered for an opera that's set in Spain and sung in French.
Je, Y-E, je. Can say je? Je. Quadrille. Quadrille. So give it to me. One, and. One, and.
The work can be grueling, but it's also exhilarating. And when it all comes together, it's pure magic.
When an audience appreciates you and claps for you and cheers for you, it's a glorious feeling. You feel accepted. You feel, for that small moment in time, people like me. It's a beautiful feeling.
This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV. Take a quick walk downtown and you can't miss them. Dozens of murals, some freshly painted, others that have been there for a while. On the walls of office buildings, theaters, shops, and parking lots. They're colorful and whimsical, or dark and mysterious, all open to interpretation.
It feels really dramatic.
3 menacing giant figures. I can't get anything more out of it.
Some of the newer ones were created specifically for the Canvas Outdoor Museum Show, a 2-week event that featured the work of artists from around the world. London and Amsterdam-based Dean Coleman, who who goes by his middle name, Zeus, is one of them.
I like to kind of come to a place and see the wall and have a feeling for the surroundings. You know, this picture changed about 3 times since I've been here.
The beautiful mermaid he created on this wall is a far cry from the street art that had him jumping fences and running from the cops as a kid back in England.
About 3 or 4 in the morning, you'd sneak out and paint for a few hours, and then, you'd have to be a hell of a lot quicker.
Unlike museum or gallery settings where art lovers may linger for hours, murals like his mermaid are meant to be viewed by people passing by as they go about their business. Artists like Zeus have to have thick skin to keep from being hurt when the murals they worked so hard on are blocked from view or even painted over.
I think anything, you do outside on a wall is ephemeral. It's not there to last. If it lasts and people like it, great. If somebody comes here tomorrow and paints something else over it, fantastic.
And it probably will be switched out at some point. This black and white mural of 70s rock stars used to be right here, but it was replaced by this, which is pretty much its polar opposite. Not everyone will agree with the choices, but some say it's better that way, as long as murals like these cause people to slow down, even for a split second, and take a look. This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB-TV.
Two solos, a piano and a flute selection. Enjoy!
Dress rehearsal for the kids of Faith's Place is a very serious business.
Sing out when they're above 5.
They're not professionals, but their instructors expect them to give it their all, whether acting, dancing, singing, or playing an instrument. Most of these young people probably won't go on to performing arts careers, but some may, and if they do, they'll have to keep on working hard, as their violin teacher, 29-year-old professional musician Gareth Johnson, can tell them.
Hopefully, what comes out of this is people recognize talent.
Johnson is among several musicians who volunteer their time to teach here. The son of 2 doctors, Johnson says that growing up, he never had to borrow instruments or struggle to pay for lessons, things that are out of reach for most of the kids participating in programs at the center.
Growing up, I'd pay $200–300 an hour for some lessons like this.
While they're teaching, Johnson and the other instructors use a combination of encouragement, empathy,
she has a different mouthpiece,
and tough love. But most of all, they try to inspire their students. And there is perhaps nothing more inspiring than talented musicians who are already racking up accomplishments even though they're still in high school, like 17-year-old Kavana Shuford and 14-year-old Cameron Williams, who are already teaching here.
Since I'm young myself, I'm able to pass on what I know to these kids in a way that they can understand, and it really helps them grow.
The teen musicians could spend their free time doing other things, but they feel that what they're doing here is just too important.
Studies have shown that the arts has improved test scores, so I feel that every student should have that opportunity.
Me being African American as well as a female and a violist is all just things you don't see every single day. So my mom tells me to take everything that I have and make sure I can broadcast it to whoever I can.
And their contribution does not go unnoticed.
Our students are so blessed to have you here with them. Not because they're brown children, and you know what I mean, but because they're children and they really need this outlet. The fact that you're willingly coming to the hood to do this means a lot, and I believe you're going to be blessed bountifully.
And so these performers are learning from each other, growing up together, and most likely never forgetting it. This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for TV 18.